Ladies and gentlemen, filmmakers and moviegoers alike, welcome to Strictly Casual. I'm your host, Srekcuf5. Joining me, as always, is the spunky Dorkydev.
All right, that's a new one.
Yeah, don't like it. Is the amazing Dorkydev. What's up, Dev?
Oh, here.
You're here.
Yeah.
Had a weird time.
Yeah. Last week we didn't do the show. Things happened, so
Life happened.
we're here this week.
Yeah. So we're here now. We're doing this now, and then we're gonna do another show later.
Yep, at the normally scheduled time.
But for right now,
that means I need to switch the. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I need to do the thing I did last year for the one time we missed it. I have to line out the dates.
And then put in. Yeah, we still at some point have to do our 2 canceled shows, but we'll get to those eventually.
What 2? We only canceled 1 last year, right? Oh no, it was 2, wasn't it?
It was 2. We'll get to those eventually. Those are the only 2 shows we've ever missed. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I mean, they're damn near close.
It's pretty much
Let's
close,
be real.
yeah. This is the most consistent we've ever been on the channel.
I can't genuinely remember other shows that or other weeks that we didn't, because usually we get a fill as well. Like every time it's been a chance of us not having it, we filled. Like we've had Liz, we've had Zoe, we've had Jay. Like people have filled on this show, so I think those may be really the only 2 weeks we missed since starting it.
Kind of bitter. It's awesome, but it's like, god damn, why only 2? Where's our perfect attendance?
Listen, it was a lot of shit happened during that time, though, because it was you dealing with fires and me dealing with my grandmother passing. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What a 2 weeks.
Yeah. But now we're here. And, strangely enough, that's a kind of decent segue, because a couple of these, a few grandmothers die.
And some of them are, some of them have some controversy that you could say were kind of lighting some fires.
Yeah.
Towards people.
Yeah.
See, I'm good at the segues too.
So, this week, I added a little bit of flair in here. So it's Lin-Manuel Musica. But I didn't spell musica right, because it's a little bit of a twist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. And we're doing Moana, Hamilton, and In the Heights. And
yes,
you could tell there's a theme here. It's Lin-Manuel Miranda. I have to say his name slowly, or else I will fuck it up every time.
Manuel Miranda?
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I could say it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah. It's music and movies by him. So yeah, we're getting in here. You have anything you want to say before we...
Man, I'm really looking forward to 6 o'clock.
I know. I was like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, Dev's probably just going, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
You have no idea. Not to say I don't want to talk about these movies, but in comparison, what we're talking about next, oh God. I forgot how much I was thinking that 7 is when shit went off the rails. I forgot it happens pretty quick into the franchise as shits are going off the rails. It progresses though, and I can't wait to talk about it.
It slowly progresses into sheer madness. So
I can't wait to talk about it.
But before that, we got to talk about this cute stuff. So let's get in here. Let's start talking about our first movie today, which is Moana. Yay, Moana.
Moana.
I am Moana. I did have the clip ready at one point, but that was last week.
Damn. Damn. Is it just sitting in a file somewhere then?
No, I had to pull up the YouTube video.
Oh, I could probably give you the exact seconds for it.
I could find
I've looked it up so many times.
It took me a while to remember which one it was, because what's up?
God, I can talk about it during the news, but I'm gonna say it now. Jurassic World Dominion just dropped a teaser.
Ooh, a trailer. Nice. We'll talk about that
Expanded
later.
special preview only on F9 in IMAX. Shit.
We have to go see F9 in IMAX now. Is that what you're telling me?
Do you know how far IMAX theaters are from me?
They're pretty far from me too, actually.
I got a 3-hour drive. And you probably have the same due to traffic.
Yeah, due to traffic. I fucking hate traffic. Yeah. Let's see. Going through Sea of Thieves playlist. Yeah. When was it? Yes, there it is. But yeah, so this movie, Moana, back to, talking about the movie that we were supposed to be talking about, is, music, and it's a cartoon, and it's adorable. It has The Rock in it. And,
yeah. Which I genuinely, The Rock is fantastic in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely, because he's just a really endearing person. I don't know what else to say about him. He just is. Also, Boba Fett's in this.
Boba Fett is in this movie.
Or Jango Fett, technically. Now he's Boba Fett, too, though. So, like, I guess that is accurate now. I think about it.
He's Boba, he's Jenga, he's
Cody,
Rex, Fives, Echo.
Well, we haven't seen him play Rex yet. Or Echo.
But he is all of them. And yet he is none of them.
Bradley D. Baker is those ones. Because he voices them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Alan Tudyk is a chicken.
I was about to say, yeah, Alan Tudyk is a chicken. I found the clip, I believe, here. I just have to remember which button it is. It's that button. Aha. Oh, shit. It was there until I hit the number button. Oh, God, I hate YouTube sometimes. Where is it? But yeah, this clip is important to us because Dev screams exactly like Alan Tudyk does. Which is great.
Yeah, where be the explosion?
Give it a moment.
You sounded like a chicken going off. Do you remember you?
It's literally the exact same. Man.
It's literally the exact same. And I hate it.
That video.
I forget about the second edit.
There's a third.
Please no! I don't want some more! I'm not little Timmy! Please no! You're not little Timmy, you say? Please leave me alone! I'm trapped in a corner! Oh dear!
Oh, the good old days.
I can't wait to play this with the new stuff.
I can't either. It's out now, isn't it?
Yeah, it dropped today. Yeah, we'll see about when we get, because we have our crew set, so we'll see when we get to it.
So, all right, now we're at Moana. Yeah, yes. Moana. We are Moana, and there's a lot of good things. Like we said, we have a good list of actors in here, which is awesome. I don't think there's at any point any one of these actresses or actors who don't fit the character.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I love the music in this movie too. I mean, since it's about the music and Lin-Manuel Miranda. Let's talk about that too. Gotta love a lot of the music in here. I loved Shiny. The main song, I Am Moana, is when she has her coming of age, I'm the best of ever triumphant moment. That's awesome. Let's see.
You're welcome.
You're welcome's pretty darn good.
It's one of those ones as soon as I hear it, my brain just goes, You're welcome.
I also do love that, like, the villagers, the away 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 is actually sung by Manuel Miranda. He's like the head chief as they're going through in the vision.
I thought that was someone else.
I'm pretty sure it
actually.
was him, but
I was told that was the guy who played George Washington
it could
in
have been
Hamilton.
I mean, the guy who does play that character is in a lot of movies with Manuel Miranda.
Oh, sorry, he's the voice. He plays Chief Tui's singing voice. Okay, that's why Chris Jackson plays that. Okay, never mind. Yeah, this one is one of those Disney movies that I think is really endearing, and I personally have it towards the higher end of my list. Of Disney movies as of recent ones that have released. I put it above a lot of the ones I've seen.
Like recent Disney, Pixar, movie, DreamWorks stuff. Like...
I'm just doing Disney, not Pixar. The Pixar's hit or miss lately. I would put it above, like, because I haven't seen the new Raya one, but everything from before that I've pretty much seen. I would put it before both Wreck-Its. I would put it before both Frozens. I'd put it above Zootopia.
That's for sure.
Hey, Zootopia is not as bad as you make it out to be.
Like, I put Zootopia isn't a bad movie, but I think of Zootopia and like Cloudy and the Chance of Meatballs somewhere along the same line because they're just like easy pun movies.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Steven. How dare you? I would Big Hero 6 I would put above this, but outside of that, like, I don't know what other, like, straight up just Disney recent, like, 3D animations I would put above it.
Yeah, 3D animations, I don't know. I mean, there's a handful of movies that I want to see, like Soul, Raya and the Last Dragon.
Soul's Pixar.
But still.
I'm taking Pixar off the list because like Pixar has a higher chance of outperforming this. But also, I would like not all of the ones that I've said are musicals either. Like if we're just going off of musicals, this is easily the best one they've made recently.
Yeah, you're not really wrong. I do like it's really all a journey of self-realization in like multiple aspects. It's for Moana, it's for Maui, it's for Tafiti, or however it's pronounced. I almost want to say the Magic the Gathering character Teferi, but that's not right.
You play too many card games.
I only play one card game now, Magic. But I know a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh!
You play enough Magic to know a lot about Magic. Shut up.
You love Magic. I almost bought, going off topic really fast, I did almost buy yesterday one of the newer Magic the Gathering D&D books that they released. Because they released Ravnica. They also have released Theros, which is where Gideon Jura's from. And now they're working on the newest set, which is Strixhaven, which is an academy, a school place in the Magic the Gathering world. So that's really cool. But I want them to do fucking Zendikar. That'd be the best. That's my favorite plane. And people who know Magic might understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but back on to Moana here.
This is a really easily distracted show right now.
Because we're excited about other things, I guess. But still, I have really nothing to complain about when it comes to this movie. Like, maybe it would be the... Yeah, no, I got nothing. Like the
All
only...
right, cool. I thought you were gonna say the villain, and I was gonna argue with you on that one. But I know that like Disney's been doing a lot of the twist villain, but the twist villain in this works.
Yeah, I really like that. The only thing that I think could be mildly like do without would either be the water itself being alive.
Ah, dude, the water's great.
Like, it's one of the best characters, but like, it's so weird because all of this entire movie only has 2 characters, technically 3 that are important. Maybe 4 if you count the grandmother. Everything else are like added in side characters that like just help our character progression, which is awesome. But like, there's a part of me that's like, we don't need this, we don't need that, but they all together like form this little like fun little movie that is utterly fairly enjoyable. Like, maybe if I had to say get rid of something, which I don't, but that's just what I do, it'd probably be the coconut people. But
Yeah.
I like that segment as well, only because it shows how brave and willing Moana is originally. Like, it shows her as a person in a way that like no other sequence probably could, because she's just diving right on into the great unknown. But that's also, I feel like, part of the problem is like she succeeds in everything she does right away up until like the climactic emotional turn, and then it gets a little
I mean, she doesn't though, Steven.
does it?
No, she sailing.
She still kind of succeeds at that.
She gets help until she learns how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't successfully do it till like halfway point in the movie,
But
not later.
Well, kinda. She does, even though she doesn't know how to sail, she still sails across the ocean to Maui by herself.
No, she doesn't. What happens, Steven?
Oh, you know, she makes it.
Steven,
Mm-hmm.
don't bullshit me here.
Yeah.
What happens?
I mean, at one point a chicken falls out of the boat, and then another point there's giant waves.
What happens after during the giant waves?
They wash ashore on Maui's island.
No, it flips.
Mm-hmm.
And then the storm happens and she passes out.
But then she still manages to wind up on Maui's island.
Yeah, because the ocean helped. She doesn't always succeed. I hate that narrative.
Kind of. I'm just kidding.
Oh, shut up.
Like, that's but this is literally me nitpicking at something. Like, I just like this movie. It's cute, it's fun, it's enjoyable. Dev is hey hey. We'll eventually start making the Alan Tudyk comparison once you hit your like 40s.
I mean, I do a lot of good voices, so I could voice act like him.
I mean, you also are the character that would die flying a spaceship, so.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Thank you for getting that reference.
On the wind. I'm a leaf on the wind. I want to play with my dinosaurs. Anyways.
Man, sometimes I get really happy that people get my references, because this last week and two at work, I've only worked with people who don't watch movies.
Mm.
Yeah, they listen to a lot of music and watch a lot of TikTok. But if I reference a movie, they never get it. And oh well. So
I digress.
yeah,
We should move forward.
yeah. I was about to say, anything else you want to talk about on Moana?
I think I'm good. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
So, Dev, I'm giving you your popcorn kernels. Don't forget there's a kid's point involved.
I know there's a kid point. You already know what it's going to end up being because of kid point.
10.
Yeah. I thought about it. I'm like, I'm going to give this a 9, and then I thought about it. Kid point. You?
I'm torn because it's either an 8.5 or a 9 without the kid point. So just give it a 10 with the kid point.
All right. I predicted that this would happen. Why? How the God? We need another goddamn like ultimate or Into the Spider-Verse, because that seems to be the only way to get you to like put a movie
We had How to Train Your Dragon 3.
that had a kid point. I mean, did you give that a straight up 10 though?
I'm pretty sure I gave it a straight up 10.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I don't
then.
remember, but
I'll let you have it for now.
okay. Until the video is uploaded on YouTube,
Yeah,
whenever that might be.
because the only other times you seem to give him a fucking 10 is kid point. You didn't even give Shrek 2 the kid point all the way up. You gave it an 8.5
Well,
and raised it to a 9.5.
Mhm.
Shrek
Yeah.
2, at minimum, should have been a 10 across the board.
just because you're not the critic.
Why? How the fuck are you putting this above Shrek 2?
This is a little more original
What?
with less cutaway gags.
No!
and-
What cutaway gags? There's no cutaway gags in Shrek!
I mean, sorry, not cutaway gags, just nonstop references.
There are non-stop references!
In Shrek, yeah, it's like all references.
No, okay. Like aesthetics, sure. Like in background and stuff like that. But like lines and stuff like that aren't non-stop references.
We're not gonna get into this fight right now, and we still have 2 other movies to go over.
No, I'm sorry. It triggered me. I don't know why. But you giving this a 10 over fucking Shrek 2 angers me on a core principle, because Shrek
You
2
want
is
me to give it a
perfect-
9.5? I will. Don't tempt me with a good time.
I'm half tempted to say yes.
Then fucking do it.
All right. I'm
You
doing
know what?
it.
Actually, give it a 9 now. Because Shrek 2 is better than this movie.
You know what? I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
Fucking God, I'm dropping my fucking stuff now. Ugh. It's in the diet section. Yeah,
Oh,
I did
this
it.
show's a fucking mess. We should never do it this early. We need to work. I need to work before this.
You need to be exhausted before you do the show.
Yes.
All right, let's
All
move on
right.
to the next movie.
Yeah, Hamilton. Here we go.
Is it technically a movie?
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot to say this. November 23rd, 2016 was Moana's release date with a budget of 150 million, opening US making 56 million, gross US 248 million, and cumulative worldwide 644 million.
Yeah.
And then Hamilton was released on the filmed stage production was released on Disney Plus on the 3rd of July 2020. Originally, it was supposed to come out this year in theaters.
Yes, but then COVID happened.
And they're like, here, have this.
If you're all locked in your homes, we might as well give you something that'll make you watch Disney Plus.
Pretty much.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
totally on time. What? It's reviewable. It's a movie. It's
It makes sense for what we're doing. You shush.
yeah.
So I do really like the music in this. I really do. I'm gonna point out some of my issues though.
Yeah, no worries.
Historical inaccuracies.
I mean, you're not wrong. This is a very dramatized recreation of what happened in history. But they also kind of mention that in the fact that one of the songs is no one else was in the room when it happened. Like,
No, I'm not talking about that.
But
I'm
no-
talking about just like certain characters, like how they like Thomas Jefferson.
mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
there's a moment where it's kind of played for coy, like a relationship outside of his wife.
Mhm.
Do you know what relationship it's referencing?
No, I not off the top of my head.
One he had with a 14-year-old slave girl.
I see.
Ah, things like that.
Mhm.
Or making it seem like Hamilton really like was fighting, like really all for the end of slavery and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it was that he actually owned slaves, like a couple
Mm-hmm.
up north, things like that.
Oh, hey, hang on. I'm about to go. Revisionist history here. This man never had slaves. In fact, he always hated them. And now you've torn down his statue.
See, because there's a line to draw. The statues that get pulled down are usually like straight up colonizers or like fucking
Confederate.
Confederates. Yeah, I was trying to find like what I wanted to call them. Like my list was going through losers,
Traitors.
participation, trophy wanners, traitors,
Liars. Slaveholders. Those are the nice ways to put it.
It's my heritage.
Yeah.
Man, if anyone in this audience is right leaning at this point, like that kind of right leaning, sorry, get the fuck out.
If my mom's watching, she could stay. Just don't talk about it.
Nah, get the fuck out. Well, actually, the views.
Yeah, we could use some views. Just don't talk
about it. Go ahead and hate watch. Go ahead and hate watch.
Yeah, hate watch.
Don't care.
We'll just ban anything you say in the chat. And...
chat comments.
Yeah.
Everything else. Anyways, back on topic as always.
Oh, fuck.
Because we never get off topic here. Yeah, I think that's my problem with some of it though. It's just like there are some like historical issues that like aren't that are played up to like make certain people look better than they actually were. And I know it's so that we get a like more dramatized version of things. Don't get me wrong, I get that. Still, in some ways, kind of interesting that they do that, because I don't think certain people should be that way, like Thomas Jefferson.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily
like he's got good things he's done, but like you can't. I don't think it's fair to like just show the good of someone.
But like, I don't think they only show good in Thomas Jefferson. He is one of the main protagonists in this second half of the play.
Antagonist, and yes, but not from a necessarily evil standpoint. From a different standpoint, if that makes sense. How it's presented in the play.
I mean, yeah, I guess yes, yeah.
He's not made to be evil, if that makes sense. None of these characters are made to be evil.
No.
They're just antagonistic because they are on different viewpoints. Mind you, those different viewpoints for Thomas Jefferson is that like, hey, you can't tax us because we make money down in the South. And it's a throwaway line of Hamilton going like, well, that's what happens when you don't pay for labor. Yeah, you don't pay for labor. But also there were slaves up north, so what the fuck you talking about, Hamilton? Like shit like that. So I mean, I don't think that you just show the bad of them either, though, because like America wouldn't be here, for better or worse, without some of these people.
I mean, but like this, even the movie even though it's not necessarily evil, they still portray Thomas Jefferson as like a conniving, scheming man who's just trying to make his way to the top. They do it better, I feel, with him than they do with Aaron Burr, or Aaron Burr's whole thing is, I'm going to watch and just try to climb based off of the reactions I see. And Aaron Burr is supposed to be the main antagonist towards the end of this thing. And there's going to be, I should have said this earlier, there's going to be spoilers for Hamilton as we're discussing it, because that's just kind of how it works with this. Plus, it's history. It's not, even though it's not entirely accurate, so it's not really spoilers. It is and it isn't.
It's light.
Yeah. Like the whole beginning song of this like the overture, that's not really an overture. It's it literally talks about what all the characters' roles are at the beginning of the movie and how they matter to people. And like one of the characters is like, I die. And it's like, but spoiler, but
Which one of him dies?
spoiler.
Because some of the actors play two characters.
All but two.
Steven gets what I'm joking about when
Yeah.
I say that, though.
I was about to say all the side
Yeah.
characters play somebody else, except unless they're like a dancer in the background. I wouldn't count them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, some of them play multiple different like characters as well, but not like because you got the guy who plays Philip Schuyler also plays like James Reynolds.
The bald
got a
dancer
few
with
of
the
those.
nice head.
Yeah. But you got like Hercules Mulligan. Marquez de Lafayette. And Thomas Jefferson. You have Mulligan playing James Madison as well. You have Lawrence playing Philip Hamilton, stuff like that. Yeah, the music's great.
Peggy Schuyler is also what's her name that seduces him?
Maria Reynolds. Yeah. The music's great, honestly. Anytime my shot comes on, I can't help but to immediately start singing it.
There's literally I've listened to this entire musical over and over and over again. Like this is one of the few CDs that I own, and there's only one line in the entire musical thing that I don't like structurally when it comes to the music. And that's the when he's introducing himself to the gang and he goes, I am the ALEXAND, we are, and that's the part that makes me angry. Like, we are the nation that we're supposed to, or something like that. And I don't like that because it's the only time where he like stretches the lyrics earlier in the music to make it fit the rhythm that he's trying to put in. Like, he decided he had to have this rhythm for the Alexander spelling out his name moment. Let me spell out my name. I am the AL. Yeah. But like he ends that rhythm by going into the next. And I feel like even though it works in the grand scheme of things, and it's really my only complaint in all of the music, I kind of wish he did something a little different there, where he changed the rhythm or even changed the time signature for a moment, because like what he does with Alexander Hamilton throughout the whole music with this whole thing is like we get to see the group of his friends back when he first joins the revolution, and they're singing just simple like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, like raps, like I'm John Lawrence and I have to say like it's all very simple, like 1 and 2 yeah, whatever. But then once you get Hamilton in there and he starts to introduce himself, he starts adding multi-syllabic, I don't think that might be the right word. Like, he adds multiple syllable words rather than keeping it as a simple 1 and 2 and. He's like 1 and rap. Like, it's more complex in what he's speaking and how he's talking. But it's and like what he says changes the music itself, and it also acts as like stage directing in itself, where like someone will say something and the stage will change. So, like, it's all very clever. It is all very clever, but at times I wish he, like, continued with it and kind of went a little further with it. And I'm not saying that the music's bad at all. Like I said, that's the one nitpick in this whole entire musical that I don't like. But I like it. I would essentially say that this musical has, like, 3 different types of songs. There's, like, the main songs, the ones that tell the story and like hold the weight in the musical. There's like the secondary songs, which tell side character plot lines and like kind of connect the main story together. And then there's the connective songs, which are literally just like 1 or 2 lyrics, maybe a minute long, that get you from point A to point B. Because this entire musical is sung. So
yeah. I can't remember what the technical term for that is, because there's like musicals that have like spoken and then non like spoken ones that are just singing.
Yeah.
There's two different terms for it. I don't remember, and I don't care to look it up right now.
Yeah.
Um,
That was a deeper dive into the music than I thought I was going to get into, but whatever.
yeah, you really went for it.
I studied
Bravo.
music for a little while in college. Yay.
Yeah, for me, I really like the music and stuff like that, and like a lot of the acting is good. I don't really have much more to add on top of that. Like honestly, it's just like I've listened to this for a while, then got to see it last year. I was like, okay, that's rad. Um, so yeah, that's really all I got for this. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't got much to add that you haven't like already said. So
I have one more thing I want to talk about, and it's the cinematography in this movie. Because this is a stage play, and it's all done on one stage in one location. And it's weird because watching this movie, I'm always torn because is it better to see a musical in person or is it better to see a musical like this where like yes in person you get to be there, you get to feel the excitement and the energy and you get to see the performance live as it's happening and that's really awesome. But you're kind of stuck in your one perspective and you get to see everything from your one perspective. It's old school, it's classic. It's with this
it also like it's so you also like it gives you more of a chance to notice background stuff
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
like you get to see the more of the effort of all the background dancers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
With this, the way we get it here, it has a bunch of cinematic camera angles. Some of them are just simple close-ups. Others are frames from above shooting down onto the stage where you can see what's actually happening on stage. Some of it that I like is if there's supposed to be just a small group of people in a small room, they'll have just tight camera angles on them the entire time. So it feels like you're in a small location. But then once we get into like the larger areas, like when we have the rap battles where we're supposed to be in Congress, they fill the entire stage and we shoot wide angle shots until we get to like the close up rap moments. And I like that there are moments where the cinematography in this movie is great and like it really draws my attention in to like some of the awesome things that they do where they can exaggerate. Like the spinning stage is my favorite thing that they do, and there's a moment where one person is just standing in one spot and the camera angle's locked on that one spot as well, but then the person comes rotating around into frame right in front of Hamilton. I'm like, ooh, that's cool. I'm exaggerating it a little bit, but
Yeah. I mean, it make like that's the thing because it's definitely a very different experience than what you would get actually seeing it in a theater.
Absolutely.
It's well shot and all that, but it's very. This isn't what you would experience being there.
And one other thing too is this: when you watch it like we did here, there are a lot of continuity errors because this movie was filmed over 3 different performances. So some nights the costumes are different. Some nights the hair is slightly styled different. Some nights a background prop is in a different position. Like it's all minor stuff, but like it still compiles over time, I feel. So, like am I disappointed with the movie that we got? This? Not at all. I enjoyed it. And I still watch it time and time again. Definitely doesn't get a kid's point, but it's definitely like not the most entertaining, I guess. Like the way I feel about this overall is like if I, for instance, had to give this movie my popcorn kernels,
Which I'm giving you now.
I would probably give this movie a 7.5. Because it is good. It is really good. I've listened to it time and time again. And like there's complex cleverness and interesting cinematography. But something about it still lacks to me. Like it could be the inaccuracy to historical events and its people. It could be the fact that it's kind of a hollow performance without actually being there to see like the joy and the spectacle that's going on. Because it really all depends. Like something about this doesn't quite strike me as much as like seeing Moana did.
That's fair. I'm about right with you. I think I'm debating on a 7.5 or an 8. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, it feels harsh to give it under an 8, but I don't know if I can argue it to an 8, if that makes sense, with myself.
Yeah.
So I might just give it a 7.5, actually.
Like, it even...
the more we talk about this, the more where I kind of end up.
Like, even too, like, they do great storytelling with the fact that actors play multiple characters. And some of them are similes in history, in Alexander's histories, while others are antagonists and antonyms to, like, what they used to be. So, it's fascinating. It's interesting. It's definitely, like, a great modern musical. That's for sure. But it definitely is something that, like, I probably wouldn't see this in theaters. I like the fact that it came to Disney Plus was awesome. I might actually go see San Francisco is opening up again, opening up their theaters, and Hamilton is going to be one of the first productions in San Francisco. So I might go to see it. But all depends.
All right.
Yeah. So Hamilton, not bad. Really not bad. Just kind of leaves you wanting something.
Yeah.
I guess.
So
Moving on. Once my computer opens the program, right? Oh, I just crashed. Good. I'm good. Okay. All right. We're heading on over to our last movie here of the day today, which is right now for this session, not today. Our last movie is...
Well, you could say in today, because, you know, who knows? You know, they don't have to be, you know, they don't have to know we're doing two in the same day.
Except we talked about it at the beginning of the show.
Shut up. They aren't going to remember. That was, like, well over an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that was only 40, wow, that was only 45 minutes ago. Fuck. Wait, does that mean we don't have to do news for this one?
You know? No. Because we have another show later.
Yes! Yes! No news.
I hadn't thought about that. I mean, no, there'll be a tiny news section. Itty bitty news section.
God damn it.
In the Heights.
In the Heights, released June 11th, 2021, with a unknown budget because it's also released on HBO. So they haven't released that on here yet, but it made 11 million opening US, 19 million gross US, and 21 worldwide. Steven.
Yes.
This one I also have some critiques of.
Is it the same critique that most of the world is having? That
yes.
Most of the characters are too white?
I mean, because like the Heights have a lot of Afro-Latino, Latino, Afro-Latin, Latinx people there. And
we have one main character who could be considered African American, and he is not Afro-Latino.
Yeah. So...
And then all of the other characters, like, don't get me wrong, Anthony Ramos, awesome character. Of Usnavi as our main character. We have Melissa Barrera. There we go. Melissa Barrera, who plays Vanessa, who is his lover. We have a lot of good people who did a great musical and singing, but they're being critiqued as being too fair-skinned for the community that they're in.
And, well, this isn't a critique on them. This is a critique on casting.
Yeah, casting. Yeah. On Lin-Manuel Miranda as the producer and director. John M. Choi.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of a, like... I'm also going to say this, and this might be controversial.
Mm-hmm.
This one's not that good compared to, like, Hamilton. I didn't really find myself enjoying this that much. As in the sense of, I guess I'm just not a fan of love stories, I guess. Because the stuff I enjoyed most of this movie wasn't the love story part. It was, like, about the
96,000.
heights.
My
What?
96,000. That song was my favorite part of
Oh.
this movie. 96,000. And everyone's like dreams of what they're gonna do with the money.
Yeah.
And then the musical montage. Though I'll be honest, I didn't like the beginning cartoon animation with Benny, and he's like, "Look at all this stuff that's floating around that I'd like," and like, it's cartoony in a different aspect that I don't think fits this movie because it's the only point in this movie that does this. But yeah, that's still my favorite part. But you were saying?
Because this one focuses on like the love plot between Usnavi and Vanessa the most, and like there's this one fight that happens partway through where Usnavi's kind of a douche, and Vanessa just kind of forgives him like the next scene they're in together, and I'm kind of like, why?
Because
I know something happened, but like, why forgive him for that shit? He was a dickhead.
Especially too because like what ends up happening, I may have the exact chain of events wrong here, but I feel like the fight happens, then there's a sequence later where he's older and he's talking to all the children, and one of the moments in there he's like, "You daughter," or she goes like, "Tell us more of the story, daddy," and then like about 5 minutes later we get to see Vanessa and him, and they're like making up again. It might not be the exact timeline and chain of events, but I felt
You're
like that
close, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I felt like that completely ruined it for me. Like I was like, well, there goes all the mystery of what happens at the end of this. Like,
oh yeah, 100%. Like the moment she was like, "Tell us more, Dad," I'm like, all right, so we know how this ends. Like, oh, the 100%. I mean, I didn't see the like where it all was twist coming.
Yeah,
but you're not supposed to. But at the same time, I'm like, man, the stuff I liked more were like the non those two things, and unfortunately, they take up half the fucking movie.
Dude, the one scene, I will say this, like it broke my heart watching because it kind of reminded me of my own situation with my grandmother. Was when their abuela Claudia passed away. Like that was
fucking spoiler.
Whatever.
I was beating around the bush, dude.
I know. I mentioned that at the beginning of this too.
I mean, you just said grandmother's passed away. You didn't have to like straight up call it out.
But I hear you.
Damn.
But like that moment when it happened, it was very similar to how I felt with my family because it was a very similar situation, and that song was beautiful. And I loved the lighting and things that they did with it. So that's awesome. Like whenever they have a big stage production moment where everyone's dancing and doing their thing, it looks really good. Anytime they get up close and personal, the only time that I really like it is when we have Benny's relationship, Benny and Nina. And that was the gift that I chose when going live. But that is really cool. I love the cinematography in that moment. But at the same time, why? Why is this one moment the one where this happens? Like, I'm not entirely sure the lyrics made me understand the defying gravity, but whatever. And
yeah. And like people see it.
Yeah. And can react to it. So it doesn't make sense at times to me. I personally, like, I did like what we were listening to. But at the same time, I definitely won't be able to sing all of these songs. And
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah, it's very understandable.
Our school didn't exactly push us to learn multiple languages.
Yeah. Not at all. I mean, they did if you wanted to go to college. They're like, you have to do this, but then they didn't really enforce it. Because you get like what?
You could still don't go to college.
Yeah, wasn't it something like you got 4 credits worth of leniency or something too? So it's like,
I have no idea.
yeah. So it's
And
like,
also, it wouldn't make sense because it would have been high school Spanish instead of like, because that's the only language we could learn in our school. Because they took away
German.
what? Didn't we have like German like my freshman year?
Yeah, I ended up taking German 2 your freshman year, and that was the last time they offered it. I took German 1 my freshman year, and that was the last time they offered that too.
Yeah. And I mean, for those underachievers like myself, like just being told like, oh, you have to do this for college. I'm like, maybe I won't do college.
Maybe
so
I'll
I
join the
won't do-
military then. But
And did that? I did not.
but going back to this though, things that I want to critique are how similar sounding Vanessa and Nina sounded when they were singing. At least to me. Like, ultimately, they both just were a very high-pitched, very doctored, well, not very noticeably doctored, but like you could tell that they added in filling and like gave them more like of a core, like a, how do I explain this? They definitely put in a bunch of effort to make them sound better than they were just singing by themselves on stage. That is 100% obvious, but or 100% noticeable to me, but not like you could tell it's obvious auto-tune. Like, these are very clearly good actors or good singers, but my complaint is the effects that they put on them towards makes them to me sound fairly damn similar when they're singing. There was a moment where I was like, okay,
the post effects sound
yes, exactly. So like they're both singing in one song at different moments, and I'm like, wait, which character is this again? Oh, that's this one who wants this, and this is this one. Okay.
I didn't have that issue, but it could just be like the way you're hearing it based off of how they did their post production stuff. Like that makes sense. Someone as well that I need to point out is Corey Hawkins, who is our Marvel connection of the week. Being a Navy op in Iron Man 3. We have real weak connections this week. I'm sorry, folks. that's the best we're getting this week.
Are you sure? Like, one of the kids aren't in a movie somewhere? Like,
not that I know of.
I mean, yeah, probably not. What was it? Like, nope. I got nothing.
Yeah. No, trust me. I've been looking through. That's the only one I got. Yeah, this one just doesn't. I think I'm just like, I'm too caught up on the fact that like the stuff I do like is a lot of the music and like a lot of the like, I guess it feels weird calling it world building, because it's based off of a real place, but it's technically in this kind of thing is world building.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like ultimately I preferred the music about the places rather than the people.
Well, there's certain people ones that I enjoy, but like, I don't like Usnavi that much as a character. It just kind of comes off as a dick sometimes.
I kind of like Benny.
Like, I like Benny. I like Benny. I like Nina. I, for the most part, kind of like Vanessa, but like, Usnavi just kind of comes off as like, and I get making your protagonist like shy and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with that part.
Yeah, that's the point of it.
But when he comes up, but when he starts being a dick after that one, like the club scene, like he has no right to do that, and he never apologizes for it, and she just forgives him. He never admits his fault. I figured it out. I figured out why I hate it so much. He never admits fault, and she just forgives him. He never apologizes for doing a wrong, which he did by being a dick after the club.
But she was clearly playing hard to get.
I don't care. No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
She really wasn't. It's the thing. He's just not a great character because like he's Scott Pilgrim.
I know. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
But
I like Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim is like he doesn't. Scott Pilgrim never he eventually at the tail end admits his faults, but he doesn't really grow from his faults.
Mm-hmm.
Usnavi is worse because he never admits the fault in the first place. If he had at least admitted that, like, hey, I messed up that night, I shouldn't have gotten upset.
Yeah,
that's my B.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't have as much of a problem with this. But because he just does that whole spiel afterwards, that's where my problem originates. I figured it out.
All right. What was it? One thing that let's see. One thing that I liked. Since we talked about one thing you didn't, one thing that I liked. I like their use of taking the A train. Because they used it in this movie twice. One was when it's referenced in the music, and another time when he's on hold when Kevin Rosario is on hold with like the college. They're playing the Taking the A Train jazz music. Like, that's awesome.
You're right on both of them, Jimmy Smits and Kevin Rosario, but like I knew you said Jimmy Smits and I knew exactly who we're talking about, and then you said Kevin. I'm like, who? And then I looked. I'm like, oh, right, yeah. Jimmy Smits.
Yeah,
you were right.
I was right, but I wanted to be more right. I don't know.
Which I love seeing Jimmy Smits, by the way, because my mind immediately when I see him, even if it's stuff before it, but immediately is always like, hey, it's Bail Organa. Good to see you, Bail.
Have you ever seen him in the? Well, probably not. I was about to bring this up. It's a TV show called How to Get Away with Murder.
No, I have not watched How to Get Away with Murder.
Okay, it's pretty good. It's a dramatization
Is
about
that one of the ABC ones.
I don't know if it's ABC. I just know it's about a bunch of lawyers, or soon-to-be lawyers in school.
Yeah, it's ABC. Okay. That was during their like prime night with like Grey's and like another show.
Grey's in it. Let's not talk about that. We don't have that guest on right now. Or those guests.
Oh God, if there's a movie, fuck.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy movie? Yeah. We would have to invite one of them.
Oh, or we're fucked. We're still fucked if that happens.
Dev.
It's gonna be like we would have like 3 to 4 people we would have to invite because we aren't.
It would be another Avengers Endgame.
No, it would be another Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But right, for Grey's Anatomy.
Oh God. Oh no. We need to move on right now before this concretes in my brain.
Yeah,
it's already concreted there.
Yeah,
it's already there.
It's happening.
Too late. It's too late.
It's happening.
Too late. If they come up with it, I'm not gonna wood. They're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna wood now. They might be too late, but I'm not. I knocked on wood.
They're never gonna make this movie. Don't worry, you're fine.
You better fucking knock on wood.
Better.
Okay. Yeah. Is your desk wood?
Yes.
All right. Good. Yeah. I think that's my problem with this, though. It's just Usnavi is just not a character I enjoy. Like, he has redeeming characteristics from time to time, but, like, overall, like, I think it's just that because they focus so much on the love plots, him being a dick during the love plot is what soils the character for me. And it kind of soils the experience for me.
Okay.
Because I remember getting, like, being through the movie up until that point and being like, okay, and I was like, okay, he's gonna be a dick here. And then she just forgives him. And that's where my problem originates. Because that's bad writing.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Sweet. All right, then.
All right. Like, I haven't really got much else non-spoiler wise.
I got nothing else either.
Hey, I guess we're hopping into reviewing,
Popcorns?
yeah, the popcorns, and then spoilers. So, here, Dev, you got 10 popcorn kernels. What are you gonna give In the Heights?
Oh, I think I'm actually giving it a 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Okay. I probably have to give it the same on. It's like it's not bad, like I said. It's just
You know what? If we didn't argue about Moana, this week would have been the same score across the board.
it would have, yeah. It's all your fault, Dev.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with that.
Like, I don't know. Like, I was watching this movie, and I had a good time watching it, but I definitely enjoyed Hamilton more, and I definitely enjoyed Moana more than Hamilton. So, it's kind of weird to say because, like, In the Heights was what made Manuel Miranda popular. It was like his,
Well, he was popular beforehand, but like in mainstream,
Yeah.
like outside of the musical world,
mhm,
made him popular.
yeah. It caught people's attention, and it's awesome. It's great for inclusiveness when it comes to like the music itself, but then their casting was bad, and the
For
character
Hamilton?
no for In the Heights.
Oh, In the Heights.
hmm
I mean, yeah, no. Because it, like, it's minimizing the, like, existence of the Afro-Latinx community.
Plus, simultaneously, characters don't need to exist, like the Paragua guy, played by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
He does not need to be there at all. He has a musical number, or like multiple musical numbers too. One of them being like, just carry on and keep going on with your life. And it's like, why does that matter? Because the whole like storyline is about this love plot. And
How much you want to bet that they added his songs in so that this is a an Academy or Grammy, like most original soundtrack kind of thing? Because
Mhm.
like in order to do that, you have to like add a song to like an existing musical soundtrack, right?
Okay. Maybe. Maybe. You're probably not wrong, actually. That would make sense. Kind of like they did with Aladdin.
Or
tried
with
to Les
Les
Mis.
Mis,
Les Miserables.
stuff like that. They do that all the time.
Mhm.
Um,
Though they, well, I'll talk about it when we get into spoilers. Actually,
Let's get ready to spoil.
was that the cue?
yeah. So the post-credit scene. Did you see it?
I probably did.
It was the Mr. Icy guy's truck breaks down, which is the guy who played George Washington in Hamilton, by the way. His truck breaks down, so the Paragua guy is going, haha, I've won because I'm determinate, Paragua, and then he gives him one of his little snow cones, Paraguas. And that's the end of it. So there's a B plot, or E plot, I guess.
Z plot.
Z plot, yeah. And like A plot is the relationship. No, well, technically A plot is the relationship, yeah. But it's also like mixed with just trying to tell the story of Washington Heights. So it's really
I would say that's the B plot.
okay. Then C plot would
Just
be
because of how much like C plot would be Usnavi moving
okay, and then
and
Betty
taking care of that stuff,
and
which
Vanessa.
would be, like I would say that includes like Sunny.
Yeah, Sunny but Sunny has his own plot and character arc too.
Yes, but I would say like Sunny and Usnavi's arc together is the moving arc. God, there's so many fucking plots.
Every single character has a storyline in this. Where like if I go through, I'm just gonna go through IMDb here. So Usnavi is
multiple.
yeah, Usnavi is moving to Dominican Republic, finding happiness where he truly is, and like just living with your small dreams, your El Cerrito.
And then him and Vanessa.
Yeah, and then the love plot.
And then him and Sunny.
Which had to do with moving.
Yep.
And but dealing with Sunny, we were introduced to Sunny's father, which is his uncle.
No, that's Usnavi's cousin.
Okay. Either way.
I think.
Yeah, so we get that, and then that's when we find about Sunny being undocumented. But so then Sunny's plot is moving and dealing with
going to college.
Yeah, or going to college.
And find out he can't and all that stuff.
And he finds that out with Nina. Nina's plot is going back to college where she doesn't feel accepted, trying to become like a legacy of where she's from, and also getting
All
back
the pressure
together with
from that.
Yeah, and also getting back together with Benny, and dealing with the pressure of her father selling his entire business for her.
And pushing a dream that maybe she doesn't feel is hers
Mm-hmm.
onto her.
Let's see.
And finding her actual dream.
And then Benny is the love plot with Nina, but then he's also dealing with getting fired from Nina's father's place because he was like the radio host. Yeah, because he sold the place. And then we've got Abuela, who it's moving, and then she dies, but she got the lottery ticket for Usnavi.
Yeah.
So,
Vanessa is, love plot with Usnavi and the
wanting to become a fashion
designer.
Yeah.
And then also trying to move uptown.
Yes.
But get a place uptown.
Mm-hmm. And then, for some reason, after she gets the place, she decides to move in with Usnavi in his little restaurant corner store for some reason. Gives up her prime location that the salon lady co-signed for, which the salon lady was all about the gossip of the community and trying to like spread the word. But then once she moved, that was like the end of her, I guess. But she also kind of picked everybody up so they'd sing and dance at the end. Haha. There's a blackout that was important, but isn't at all. Because this is a character-driven story and not a plot-driven story. But now.
Yep.
And then we got the kids wanting to hear the past and what El Cerrito is. Then for some reason in this whole thing, we've got Graffiti Pete, who is our psych at the beginning of the movie, but then is the main reason why he stays, I guess. If you really think about it. Because if it wasn't for Graffiti Pete, then Vanessa never would have had a nice shirt. And he never would have had his nice building, his little El Cerrito. Did I cover everything? I think I got everyone. Yeah.
All the key ones.
Uh-huh. Then we have Paragua guy. We've got the kids.
Yeah. That's all we really need. Like, honestly, given the plot synopsis, like, I didn't realize how much shit is going on in this fucking thing. Good lord. And I don't think we hit everything either. So, like, the whole plot of, like, waiting for the big club event. Oh, that's, like, there's just stuff like that. There's a lottery ticket.
Yep. 96,000.
Subplot. There's a bunch of different little subplots.
One thing that I thought was interesting, too, the entire time. Well, not necessarily interesting, but you have to admire how attractive every single one of these people are. Like, in their own ways. Like,
Steven, it's a Hollywood production of a musical.
No,
it's just standard.
Mm-hmm. Like, and how I love the horny angles that they throw on things too. Like, hey, look, there's a butt, and these people are grinding. Let's focus on the grinding butt. Yeah, that happens quite a bit in this. Though I'll be honest, I was surprised that there wasn't like more bikini, because they have an entire thing where they're at a beach or at a water park, apparently, whatever the hell they were at. public pool. Something. But they didn't focus too much. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I have nothing else to add, I'm not going to lie.
No? Not a thing?
Yeah. Not really. I think I've said my 2 cents about it.
Alright. Yeah, I got nothing else really either. So I guess news it is. Hit us with the news.
Oh,
button.
hold on.
Oh, holding.
Get something.
Dev has a thing, everybody. Can I switch to news still? Or is it in the Heights related? Because he never hit the button, so I don't know if I can move on. What's happening over here, Dev?
What?
What's happening? What's going on? Are we in the news section yet?
Almost.
Almost? Okay, now we're in the news.
Hold on. Nope, not yet. I'll learn this eventually, don't worry. That should be good for now.
Okay. We waited for that, and I don't even know what it was. Okay.
Oh, that wasn't right. I needed one more on there. There we go.
Were you doing SOS?
No.
I got nothing.
News.
All right. You literally found Morse code for news? I like that, actually.
I found a Morse code thing at work, and no one claimed it. It's one of those, what would Jesus do? Morse code things.
I was about to say, I saw the WWJD there, but I actually kind of like that idea, using Morse code for news in the news section. Yeah, that's clever. All right. So, news. Our next show, Fast 4, Fast 5, and Fast 6 at 6 o'clock.
Dude, I can't. No, it's Fast and Furious, Fast 5, and Fast and Furious 6.
Which are both which are technically movie 3, movie 4, and movie 5 in the timeline.
We'll get to that. Don't worry. All right.
Even though they're labeled 4, 5, and 6. We'll get there eventually. Don't worry.
We'll talk about it, okay? We'll talk more about it next week. I'll say that as well. Because of where 6 leaves off. We go into more detail during 7, okay? I can't wait. I can't wait.
Well, you're going to have to wait at least 3.5 more hours. Yeah. Everybody come back in 3.5 more hours where we'll be reviewing the Fast and Furious full, whatever.
Fast and Furious, Fast 5, and Fast and Furious 6.
Yeah. Guess that's it here. Unless you got anything else you want to talk about, Dev?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, we'll talk about other news and things in the later show today. So, thank you very much, everybody, for being here. And I guess we gotta go fast.
Oh man, I don't have.
You don't have a
Salud, mi familia.